Good evening, everyone. This is Gabriel with your Gabriel, and we have a special guest tonight, Natasha, Naomi, Calloway.
Yeah. What's going on? And my friend. It's Natasha Naomi Calloway Adams. You ain't having
Let's
enough,
go back.
you ain't having enough space. So
Oh, I didn't.
it's okay.
Okay, let's say it again. All right,
Okay.
everyone, we have a special guest tonight. It is Natasha, Naomi, Calloway, Adams.
What's going on, man? What's up?
Nothing much, man. It's been ages.
It's
We
been a long
we
time.
man, we haven't spoken in a while, but you're still here, man. You're still in my mind. You're still in memory.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just ridiculous how we just here. We're here.
Yeah.
We're alive. We're healthy. And it's a beautiful
Thank
thing.
God. Thank God. Made it through COVID. Praise God.
Yes.
You understand? And we're still able to sit and do what we do. So I'm
Yes.
excited. I'm excited.
And how was the family?
The family is great, man. I mean, I can't complain. 12-year-old son, he is beautiful. Kennedy, man. You talking about a blessing and a son. That
Hmm.
young man gives us no issues. Very smart, very just age appropriate. He's a real 12-year-old. You don't see that too much.
Good.
The 5-year-old, she is amazing. That's Kaylee. Um, she's amazing, but she may be charged with RICO when she gets older. I'm
Oh
just
wow.
saying. I might be raising a thug. I'm just that the verdict
Ooh.
verdict still's out on that. She's real
Oh.
sweet, but she
Hmm.
got game. She got game, and yeah.
She got a nickname.
We call her Sugar Cakes and
Sugar
Pooker,
cakes.
and her husband, my husband that she stole.
Uh-huh.
Her daddy calls her fattening.
Fattening.
Fattening, yeah.
How
That's
come?
that's their thing, man. He said fattening makes everything sweet, so that's what he calls her fattening.
Sweets are fattening.
Yeah, sweets and fattening. That's everything.
Sweets and
Just
fattening.
yeah.
Wow.
So
That's good.
those two, they're right here.
So you can't get in between, huh? That's it. It's over.
Nah, man. And I saw when it happened. I think she was like maybe a week old, 2 weeks old, and they were all hugged up, and I was trying to get in bed, and I was just like, I guess I'll just go, chill on the couch
Ah.
because y'all, boot up. I
And
mean,
she gave me the
yeah,
side eye, huh?
yeah. And when I was walking off, she smirked at me, gums
Oh,
and all this.
oh,
Like I took your man.
oh.
I was like, yeah, I'm fighting. We gonna fight. But I should have known
Oh,
that's how she was gonna be because I did a sonogram with her when I was like 8 months, and she licked her
mhm.
tongue at me. So
Oh, that
yeah,
was it.
yeah, I should have known. Line
Daddy's
drawn.
girl. Daddy's girl.
Yeah,
That's it.
daddy's girl all day.
That's how my
But
daughters
what you
are.
been up to? What is going on with Mr. Gabriel? What is going on?
Oh, nothing much. I mean, just living, surviving, like you said earlier, surviving COVID. Now this monkeypox going on. I mean, I don't even want to go outside no more. I'm glad I'm doing a podcast. We're doing it remotely because I don't know. I'm afraid to pump gas right now.
Let me tell you
It's
something.
ridiculous.
First of all, blood of Jesus. Second of all, how you gonna revamp chicken pox and call it monkeypox?
Monkeypox.
Don't do that. Don't you? There's nothing that ain't new. Y'all just took see chicken pox, H1N1, swine flu, mad cow's disease, polio, and gout. It was all in one
Hmm.
canister together, just chilling. And now they want to shake stuff up because people got comfortable in life, and they're like, "Nah, everybody's succeeding. Let's shake this up and just roll it back out." You understand? That's all they doing. That's all they doing.
That's it.
One minute
And
you
call it
should
a new name.
1 minute you should only eat meat. The next minute you shouldn't eat meat. The next minute you should be vegan. Then when you're vegan, you got vegan substitutes, but don't eat those and those give you cancer. I I can't keep
It's
up.
ridiculous. I can't. I wish I could just stay in a bubble. And Michael Jackson had an idea. He wanted to stay in that bubble.
No, I'm
I
not
think that
saying
was
that.
a idea. Hmm?
I'm gonna tell you why I won't stay in the bubble, right?
Why?
Because these people that live with me, they're gonna want to be in the bubble with me.
Ah, okay.
And somebody gonna have gas. Can't do it.
Oh.
Can't do it. Never thought about that, did you? If you in a container, right?
Yeah.
And there ain't that much
Mhm.
room, somebody get gas, we all getting that together.
And
I don't
everybody
want
like
no parts of that.
beans.
And they love
Everybody
beans in
like
this house.
beans.
Yeah. No, not gonna do it. Can't do
Oh
it.
God.
They can't do it.
Oh my gosh, ridiculous. So Tosh, tell me. Well, tell the listeners who don't know you, how long have you been doing comedy?
Wow. So, all right. So I'll go back to the beginning. I started doing comedy about 2003,
Mhm.
2004. So, like 20 years in there. And I can't even believe it's been that long. I started in church. My pastor at the time, God rest his
Really?
soul, Pastor Yvette Brinson at Redeemer Word Christian Center, she would always have these events. So myself and I would always gather other women with me to do skits. And we'd always do skits, but I always put
Mhm.
myself in the background and just cut up because I felt more
Oh wow.
comfortable with other people in front of me, but I knew
Mhm.
I was going to act a fool. And she called me in her office one Sunday, and you know how it is. You go to church and you know your pastor is a prophet. It was like, Pastor Yvette want to see you in her office. I'm like, mm.
Oh,
I'm like,
oh.
ain't nobody been to the house, check. I ain't said nothing inappropriate, check. I ain't cussed nobody out, check. So I'm good. I'm gonna go talk to her. Other than that, I'm already in the win. Um,
Yeah.
so she called me in her office, and there was a comedian there named Akatunde. Akatunde is a very popular Christian comedian, and he was doing a show called It's Time to Laugh. So this
Mhm.
was Sunday. He was going to do the show on Friday. And Pastor Yvette was like, sweetheart, I always feel like you're hiding behind everyone else. We want to see you. And I'm looking at this guy. I just met him. I didn't know him. And he's like, yeah, won't you open up for me during my
Mm.
show? And I'm like, what is the show? He said, Friday. What do you mean Friday?
Oh.
Okay, so this Sunday. So from Sunday to like this Friday, not like next till Friday. He was like, yeah, just do 7 minutes. Now, when you first get on stage, 7 minutes is an eternity.
Oh
I
wow.
will not lie to you. I would go to sleep and dream jokes. I mean, go to sleep and I'm dreaming about jokes and laughing in my sleep. And the Holy Spirit would just like write that down. I'm like, oh, okay. So I jump up,
Yeah, yeah.
created my first set, got on stage, and I don't know if my home church was just generous or if I was just that funny, but it was like
Mhm.
1,000 people in the
How
church.
much?
It was 1,000 people in the church and about
Wow.
1,400 online. So my first time on stage, it was in front of like 2,400, 2,500 people.
Wow.
And I did my set just like, and from there, when I looked up and saw everybody like cracking up, I was like, whoa, this is dope. And that's how I started my journey in comedy. Um, and that's why I choose to keep my comedy clean. You know,
Mhm.
I feel like it was a gift. It was rooted and grounded in God. Not to say that, oh, just because you cuss in your comedy, you don't know God, nothing like that. Before my choice, that's why I kept my comedy clean. And
Gotcha.
I just been running since then, making mistakes, of course, being hard headed, and we'll get into that further on in the conversation.
So it's a good thing that you said that because like you said, you were dreaming of these jokes, correct?
Right.
So aside from that, what are the best strategies for memorizing your monologues?
The best strategy for me, and I don't want to sound like arrogant, but they kind of stuff comes to me quick. So I
Mhm.
can I can be in situations. I'm really good in situational comedy. Like stuff just pop up. I'm really good with that. And just to build and remember, I had to learn how to write it down because I had a bad habit of if I wrote it down, it got boring to me, but I didn't give an audience a chance to listen to it. So I wouldn't say it. So what I would do is just take like little topics. If I say like barstool or bearded goat or like
Mhm.
just little topics, and then I'll develop it on stage, record myself, right? Come back and be like, oh, I like that, and keep this and let's do this, and then that's how I would structure a full set. But as I grew with my craft and with a lot of pushing and encouraging from my husband, he's like my personal comedy coach. I began to write stuff down, and that's how I really began to hone in on what I'm doing. You have to
So
study.
oh yeah. So in the beginning you were like the Jay-Z of comedy, huh? Didn't write anything down and everything just
Yeah,
came to
yeah.
mind. Huh?
Right. And I did that for a long time. But what I found out is like I would lose stuff because I didn't remember it the next time out. Or
Gotcha.
I'd remember a portion of it and then get lost again because I forget where I'm going. So when you write it down, you know where you're going. It's like writing out a map. If I'm going to go to Pompano, I need to get on 95, go north, exit Atlantic, go
Mm,
east. You know what I mean? So I gave myself
absolutely.
those instructions that helped me to further, make sure I was solid when I'm on stage.
Gotcha. Okay, okay. So how do you incorporate your stories into performances? Like how do you incorporate, like, do you just walk down the street and see something and you just basically, hey, next week I'll incorporate that into my comedy? Or how do you do that?
Um, Yeah, because life is funny. So when you observe everything around you, I have a bit that I do. I call the bit "Hey Little Lady," and the foundation of that is about homeless people or drug addicts, right?
Hmm.
You see those guys on the corner begging for money all the time. So just the foundation of that is funny, and then I just build it from there, and kept writing on it and tweaking it and writing and tweaking it until I had like a solid set. I'm like, now to me that's funny, and when I deliver it to the audience, they love it. Yep. So I just ended
Gotcha.
up. I'm so used to having my glasses on. I'm like trying to push them up. That's bad. So I just developed within myself, like start writing out more and structure what I want to do.
Ah, gotcha. Now in life, all right,
Hmm.
we all have love. We have people that loves us, and we
Hmm.
have people that hate us
Hmm.
or don't like us. So how do you combat the hecklers?
Um, well, thankfully, I haven't been heckled bad yet. But just because the smile is nice, don't mean that's something you want to do. Because
Oh,
what I think that, what I think happens is people feel like there's an undermining with stand-up comedy, right? People feel like they're funny in front of their friends. They're watching you on stage. They may not get the way you tell your jokes. You might not be their comedian.
hmm.
So they'll say, "Oh, I can do that." And then they interrupt you when you're on stage. Well, I don't come when you work in the McDonald's and try to tell you how to flip your burgers. Don't you tell me
Okay.
what I need to do on stage? And that's why that defense gets so strong with comedians because we're like, "Hey, we're working up here.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
don't interrupt me in the middle of my job to give me your foolishness. People didn't pay to come see you; they paid to come see me. So when you're
Exactly.
interfering with number one, like Erica Badu, keep in mind I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my.
Sensitive. Hmm.
You understand? That's the first thing. The second thing, people spent their money to come see who was on the flyer, right?
Hmm.
And then thirdly, you just being a jerk. Don't be disrespectful. So when a heckler comes around, it's like I give them that quick jab, like, hey, don't do that. And most times, for me, they back down.
Oh,
Yeah, they back down. So I haven't had to have any situations. And then
wow,
I walk
wow.
around with muscle, so I'll be like, get them.
So here's a two-part question here. Can you tell us like the best and worst night in comedy for you?
Whew. Okay.
You don't have to go into details because I don't want you to name names.
No, no, no. It's not so much because here's the thing. I totally feel like as an individual, you're responsible for what you do and don't do, and whatever it
Okay.
is you do. If you watch cars, be like, man, I didn't have a good day with watching cars. But you got to look back and self-reflect that why you didn't have a good day, because everything else around you can't control, but you can control yourself, right? So it won't
Hmm.
necessarily be names, but dang, the worst night. Oh, I was doing stand up for this church, and this
Hmm.
church was huge, huge church. And this is early in my stand up career. And I took for granted that my method, like I was telling you, that okay, I'll just say this and I'll say that. And I would go out and be like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna talk about, and get on stage, and it normally works. Well, I took for granted that that would work in that moment.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
number one, it's like 800 people at this event. So it's a very large crowd. So if you don't have the right setting in a crowd that large, it's challenging to control a crowd.
Hmm.
That was the first thing. Second thing, cultural difference. I'm American, they were Jamaican. So
Oh,
I went in with my regular jokes that, oh, I know this will be all right. Oh, that'll work. Oh, this will work. And then I was like, okay, this not working. And the worst thing you can do is just be silent at a comedian show. Like just don't say nothing. Don't say anything or do one of these right here. Start looking at your phone.
And that's looking for jokes.
You you
Or
you don't want no, you don't want the audience to get silent. You don't want
oh, okay,
to
okay,
look at their
okay,
phone and
gotcha.
start looking for jokes. I mean looking
Right.
in their phone, right? So the craziest thing to me, right? I'm sitting there and I'm trying to go through these jokes, and these people are like, no boo, no, I don't like it, no, say something else, no, your
Oh
hair.
my God.
They were just like crickets. I'm like, oh boy, oh boy. What to do? I said, now listen, if I had an oxtail in my purse, y'all, you know what I mean? So I had, I had to think of something because I'm like, I'm losing them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was
No,
like,
you
clear,
didn't.
Jesus help. So I had to come up with something quick, and then from there they started laughing, and I was like, okay, I know what I can do.
No, you did.
Yeah, I had to turn around because I'm telling you, when there is a crowd full of people looking at you, expecting to be entertained, and all they're looking at you is saying like you're not entertaining me, that's so intimidating. But I can say that's one of my worst nights that I can think of right now. One of my best nights is the first time I did West Palm Beach improv.
Mhm.
That was one of my best nights because it was so new, and I had just said I was like, I'm gonna do the improv this year. In a couple of months
Mhm.
came, and I had the opportunity. I took a comedy class just to tighten up with my writing and everything, learned some more technique in that, and then when I went on stage, it was just like, I was like, there it is again. Like yes, that's it. So it's definitely a high to be on stage. So that was one of my best nights at comedy. Yeah.
Wow, wow. Well, since you make people laugh, who makes you laugh?
Right immediately around me, my family, my
Mhm.
husband, my mom, my kids, they are actually very, very fun. I told my husband today, I said, people don't realize that you are a complete and total fool. Like they don't know that. They just like looking at him and you'll think, oh, like he's a real serious guy. Nah, he's an
Really?
idiot. He's a total. My mom says things that make no sense. Like somebody say something funny and you look at them like, what the what?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's that type of funny. As far as in the industry who makes me laugh, I really like Miss Pat because she's
Normally, yeah.
thoroughly inappropriate. When I say thoroughly,
Really?
she is. I don't know if you've ever heard of her comedy before, but she is so funny.
Wow. Okay.
It's like because she just speaks whatever comes to her head is up and out. You understand what I
Mhm.
mean? So that comedian, she's hilarious. I had the opportunity to open for her at Daniel Beach Improv. She was gracious enough to share a stage with me. So that was another great moment in comedy for me. Richard Pryor was someone I've always said I wanted to be like a female version of Richard Pryor and
Mhm.
Bill Cosby. Like I wanted that mesh because Bill
Really?
Cosby on stage, like his control, his chill,
Mhm.
storytelling, and he's all clean. I love that. Richard Pryor, his characters,
Yeah.
his wit. He was very smart. Um, Definitely. I love Wanda Sykes, Leslie Jones. Like it's so many people. I can't just. But yeah, they definitely make me laugh.
Gotcha. Nice.
Yeah. So,
Awesome. So has anything embarrassing ever happened on stage for you?
oh, embarrassing. That's a great question. Let me think. I think. Well, I know once before I had this guy announcing me, and he kept calling me Naomi Campbell, and I'm like, dude, my name. I know you're saying Natasha Naomi Calloway, and I get it,
Uh-huh.
Naomi whatever, but he was like, it's Campbell, right? And I was like, dude, no, my name is Calloway. Don't say Campbell, Calloway, because I don't want nobody to think that Naomi
Right.
coming out. And I'm like, sorry, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's not what you're getting. I'm sorry, Slim is not gonna be here. Okay. 5'3". This is what you get.
I'm African American though, but that's it.
That's all I got for you. Other than that, yeah. So uh, he kept calling me Naomi Campbell, and even after I
Mhm.
went on stage and corrected that, and then I went, I went on, did my full set and everything. And it wasn't even a joke with him. He literally said, "Oh, y'all give it up for Natasha. I'm sorry, Naomi Campbell again." I'm like, what is wrong with this dude? Is he
Oh,
drinking? I don't understand how he managed to think that just repeatedly calling me that young lady's name
right.
would be good.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that was one thing. I can't really think of um yeah, I can't think of anything else right now. Just that complete name burp every time.
So people want to know. I see a question pop up. People want to know: were you a back in school, college, high school, grade school? Were you a joker then,
I
or
was.
did it grow? Really?
So here's the funny thing. First of all, I didn't go to college, right?
Mhm.
If I can't learn it in 2 years, I don't even know it. So I went to ITT. No, I'm not gonna. I'm not doing that. It didn't make sense to me. I'm like, foolishness. I haven't been in school for 12 years, and you want me to go another 8 for what? You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm not doing it. And I went to ITT. Here's the wisdom. They're closed down. I got a degree, but who can use that? That's toilet paper. And I still got
Right.
to get wrong. But so disrespectful. So
Oh
I'm
my
telling you.
god.
Um, so in middle school, I'm sorry, my disrespectful family in the background.
It's
Yeah,
all right. It's part of the game. It's listen.
it's
It's
just,
all right.
you know. Um,
That's
so
the little one.
that's the little one, her and her
Oh.
dad. They, I just, can you guys, can, please, both of you?
Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, I
No.
told you it's going to be a funny night. Okay, this is not planned. This wasn't planned at all. This is the
Woo!
truth.
I had a
So
whole plan to
you're
have
getting the
silence in the
real.
background. I made the announcement for the last few days on Wednesday at 9 o'clock. I need everybody to be quiet because Mom gonna be on the podcast. I said, listen, I don't trust the little girl, so I'm gonna give her night night candy. She going to sleep, kind of sleep, not really. She's a bug. I told y'all that already. But to answer the question,
Oh my god.
in middle school, here's the crazy thing. I used to sneak and listen to Richard Pryor, right?
Oh, okay.
Mom did not know I listened to his albums. We had albums back then. Kids out there right now, you don't know what albums are. They were like, some of them were this big, some of them was this big. You put them on this player, right? And there was a needle, and it gave you voices back. Album, right? So I would listen to Richard Pryor. I learned his album. That nigga's crazy. I learned that verbatim, and he used to
Really?
go to middle school. Now, mind you, I'm like what 12,
Mhm.
and just have my friends dying. Everything the man said, every profane,
Really?
out of pocket, everything. I said it. And a good friend of mine recently, he was like, you know what? I always knew you would be the one to be in entertainment because you've always been the funny one of the group. You've
Mhm.
always been the one that I was like, I never noticed that. But my dad was an entertainer, so I don't know why I didn't think it would be with me.
Oh wow, wow.
Yeah, it's cool though. I love
Crazy.
it.
Now
So it's
speaking
it's in
go
my blood. I'm sorry, go
that's
ahead.
good. No, no, going back, I'm sorry also, but going back to being on stage, have you ever like just blanked out on stage,
Oh,
just like
yeah,
completely forget anything and
absolutely.
everything?
All the time.
Really?
Yeah. I'll be like, no, 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 no. So I have I have a
Wow.
plan in my head, but because you end up writing so much, right? You write so much down, and there's so many things coming at you all the time when you're an artist, and you're like, okay, that can fit here, that can fit there. You always
Hmm.
have ideas. My phone is full of little bits that I need to develop, but there's ideas. So sometimes when I go on stage, all of that stuff will rush me at once, right? And I'm like,
Mm.
no, I got to stick to my script. I have something in my head. I have to do that. But once I grab the mic, it's really amazing. You grab the mic, and then everything that you need comes out, right?
Oh wow. Hmm.
But in that, you have to understand how to use the room. If you forget to buy yourself time, not
Hmm.
continually like, oh, you guys look good out there. Give yourself a round of applause.
Right, right,
Yeah, we ain't patient enough for that. Most people got the attention span of a hiccup. You better come with the plenty or get out the way. So
right.
yeah,
Oh
I've done
wow.
that plenty of times, just like go blank, but I know how to recover. So
Let's see. Let's see. Someone says Sugarly Johnson in the chat room says when you forget a joke, just say anything super nasty and embarrassing about yourself, and it works for her or him. I'm
what's,
sorry.
what's going on, Sugar Lee? How are you doing, man? No, I will not. I will not say anything super nasty about myself. I try to keep it PG, but what I have done is like I said, use what's in the room, and that works so well because it's like calling out the elephant in the room. I
Mm-hmm.
did a show one time and same situation. I'm like, I'm forgetting what I'm supposed to be saying. What is going on? But the event, the lady promoted it like it was like a grand extravaganza. And when you got there, it was like a gym, some regular fold out chairs. And it was like, cool, we're gonna entertain. But in the moment, I forgot what I was gonna say, and I was like, well, I'm glad I'm up here on this stage. And there was no stage. There was no stage.
So wait. Stop. Go back. Let me
Yeah,
visualize this. So it was in a room,
yeah,
right?
in a room,
And a couple of chairs and tables.
chairs and tables.
Okay.
No platform.
So nothing higher.
Nope.
10 inches, 12 inches, a foot,
Eye to
2
eye.
feet.
Nope.
Wow. So basically, they could just basically rush you
Yeah, yeah.
and just tackle you right there, right?
Yeah,
Without
if
any.
they wanted to, they just full on, full engaged. So it was the elephant in the room. I knew people were thinking it because I was thinking it. Like,
Uh-huh.
so what I actually said was, I was like, let me come off the stage and talk to y'all for a little bit. They were like, fool, that ain't no. You mean pull up a seat to the table that's right in front of you? Like the layout of the room was just odd. So I used that, and it made people come back to me, and it
Uh-huh.
gave me a minute, a beat. Just that beat helped me to change and realize, okay, I was saying this to get back to my joke.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question here from Mr. Vaughn. He asks, let's see, do you find it difficult to perform materials such as a what is it? Hypersensitive society?
Um, I personally kind of stay away from political comedy. You
Mm.
know what I mean? Like if that's what he means. I hope I'm answering that correctly. I stay away from comedy that's too sensitive. That's just not my lane. You know, not that it's not funny because I respect comedians like Dave Chappelle is really good at that. He's really
Oh
good
my God.
at
Listen,
like
listen.
the whole world wants to say it. He's going to say it.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So he's excellent at that. I'm a lot more because don't nobody really know me yet. I really even appreciate y'all asking questions here. God bless y'all for tuning in and actually asking questions because don't nobody know me yet.
Yeah.
I'm not a
Yeah.
household name yet. I can't afford to get canceled. Okay, so I'm gonna stick to crackheads and babies for right now. Just
Mhm.
crackheads and babies.
You know what? Let me read. He said, "Listen, I got some comedians tonight. I
Yes.
got Vaughn right now. He wants me to read it again. All right, and I'm
Oh,
going to read it slow for all the people in the back and myself that's driving the short yellow bus. Remember we were talking earlier. Without the glasses, you can't see.
lit.
So, matter of fact, no one knows that
Don't
I wear
don't
glasses.
go ahead and suit up, brother. I ain't mad
I,
at
sh-
you. Suit up.
I
Suit
should,
up.
right? Let
Yeah.
me go ahead and read this.
Yeah. Go ahead and get your help.
listen, Natasha, stop.
Okay. I want mom's the word. You got it.
Oh my gosh. You know what? We're going to talk about it later. Okay, let me read it again.
Okay.
I think you misunderstood it. I think so too, Vaughn. But he said, I don't know if you've spoken about this, but do you find it difficult to perform materials in such a hypersensitive PC society?
Oh, okay, I get you. So what he's asking is like everything is politically correct now. You
Mm-hmm.
can't say anything without someone judging. You can't say anything without somebody saying, "Oh, you shouldn't say that." You know,
Mm-hmm.
it can be challenging, but it does go back to what I said, Vaughn, about me kind of sticking to. I don't know if it's safe or it's just what I'm comfortable with right now, but I don't go veer off it too much. But people are so sensitive. Even the safest stuff is unsafe, and
Listen.
it's a shame because I may not agree with your life, but that doesn't mean you have to stop living your life. And it's become a everybody's, oh, we have to be included, we have to be inclusive, right? it doesn't matter if you're inclusive, but why do I have to stop doing what I do because you want to be included? If you push your way into a room where everybody wearing red and you got on white, you can't go in there and be like, everybody needs to start wearing white.
Yeah.
Get out of the room. You're clearly uncomfortable. You clearly don't like the environment. You clearly are not a good fit here. So just go to where you fit. It's just strangest thing to me that people feel like we all should think the same way, but my way is right. People are lunatics. I hope that
Yeah.
answered the question right, Vaughn.
I think so too. Yeah, I'm going to wait for his reply because I don't want to mess up Vaughn. He's yeah, man. He's been there since day one. Actually,
That's
I
what's
love
up.
this guy. I love this guy. Let's see. I think I'm good. Let me see. He hasn't said anything. Okay, we're good.
Yay. All right.
Thank you, Vaughn.
Make sure
Yeah, yes, he said thanks. You good, OG? So we good. We good. All right. Thank you, Vaughn. Thank you, my man. I love this guy, man. Trust me, I love him. And actually, I'm going to introduce. He's local also in South Florida. Okay. Yeah, he's a good guy. I'm going to introduce you to him through Facebook also. All right.
That's what's up.
All right. So, let me see. Oh, we got some more people coming in.
Hey, welcome. Come
sure. Okay. So you got some exciting. You got some things going on coming up, right? Or do you have a monthly thing or a weekly thing?
Do.
Tell us about it, please.
I'm super excited. So, first, I'm headlining this Saturday at Just the Funny in South Miami. It's a 10 p.m. show. So everybody who's everybody who's grown. Y'all know how we do. You're like, man, I can't go out. That show starting at 10. It's from 10 to 11. I am headlining. It's Just the Funny in South Miami. Take a nap, go ahead, take your nap, and then get up, have some coffee, and come out and join me. That's going to be an excellent show. Next week, Friday on the 19th, I'll be hosting an event where Canton Jones is the headliner. Now, I have been in Canton Jones since what's the password? I don't know if you guys know who Canton Jones is, but I'm very excited. Yeah, he's a gospel artist, but he does more like I'm bopping because I can hear the song in my head. They're gonna let the Christians in the club. Oh my God, he got real bouncy, like it's like R&B vibe music. You know what I mean? So
right.
That's gonna be done on the 19th at 9:30. I don't know why I'm getting these late shows. Like I said, I'm grown too, so I'm gonna be taking my nap, waking up, getting ready, drinking my coffee. You grown when you go out to a club and ask the waitress if they got coffee. Every time I ask, I went to one spot, right? I think it was the Improv, and I said, "Do you guys serve coffee?" She was like, "No, ma'am." I'm like, yeah.
"Oh my gosh, it was what time now? 10 o'clock?"
It was like 10:30. I was sleeping, my eyes was burning, but she was like, "Look." She said, "I can get you a White Russian." I was like, "What you think? I want you to warm up liquor? Girl, gone." That's not what I'm trying to do. And then monthly, the last Thursday of each month, I have my own event that I do at Tortuga Bar and Grill. That is in Lauderdale Lakes. It's called Tantalizing Thursdays. Now, this is my baby. So I have live music. Randy Corinthian is one of the local artists here. He's an awesome saxophone player, and he has a whole band. They come out. That DJ Chris, he's a local DJ. And I have poets. A Cup of Joe is one of my featured poets that comes out. I have a guy named Lee Smith, right? Lee Smith is a comedian that doesn't realize I don't think the man realizes how funny he is, but every single time he hits the stage, oh my God. The man is crazy. I'm telling you, if you don't know Lee Smith, look him up. He lives in Naples, but whenever I can get him to come for a show, he shows up. He always looks out. That's my guy.
Oh, I need to get him on a podcast soon. Let him
know. Absolutely. On Instagram, it's Lee Smith is funny. But I'll make sure I tag you or make sure you get to his page. He's absolutely hilarious comedian. And the last Thursday of each month, that's what I do. And it's going well. This will be my 4th month this month. So August 25th is the last Thursday of this month. And we're going to go out there and do it again and keep building something to put out good entertainment that you don't have to feel like you're in a threatening environment. It's nice and chill. Everybody grown. Nobody have egos out there, and if they do, they tuck it in their pocket, and I don't know. You know what I mean? Gotcha. Everybody's out having a really good time. So yeah, that's my baby. So that's what I got coming up.
And how long you been doing that?
My first show, my first tantalizing Thursday was May, the last Thursday of May. I started it, so this will
Oh,
be the
sweet.
fourth
Okay.
one. So yeah, I've been doing it. I'm working on keeping the traction going. So when we get to the year mark, I can have like a really big artist. I want to try to keep them local, like South Florida big,
Hmm.
you know. But yeah, put us on the map so they can stop talking about Florida so bad. They talk about Florida as
I
if it's
know.
only
Hmm.
garbage here. Oh, this happened in Florida. Florida man, Florida woman.
That's it.
People be doing stuff in y'all say too. Don't do that. Disrespectful.
So how's the crowd during your events?
The crowd loves it. It's a Thursday evening, so they stick around until I start at 7, and most times we're done about 10 o'clock because it is a weeknight. But
Hmm.
they love it. The audience is good. I know the first one it was about 60 people there, and for my first time out, I was really really excited and thankful that I had that many people in the place. We switched locations and moved to Tortuga,
Hmm.
and they have great food there. They hook up the drinks, and it's $15 to get in, but you have a great time. It's $15 well spent.
Okay.
And then you
Now,
got a whole
do you have a flyer so I can go ahead and post it
absolutely,
in the group? Okay,
absolutely.
we'll get that later on this evening. No problem. All right. Oh man, here go my man Vaughn again. He got another question for you.
What's up, man?
All right. He's asking, did the pandemic help or hurt your comedy?
The pandemic was really hard at first. It was really hard because there was a lot of loss. For me, we had moved to Atlanta, and I'm going to talk to you about that. We moved to Atlanta, and we were there for like almost 5 years. When the pandemic hit, I lost my job. We had to move back to Florida. Unfortunately, my father passed away. Then I had to get rid of the dog, and then my mother-in-law passed. Like it was like
Oh
from
man.
January of 2020 to July of 2020. It was just like straight boxing with Tyson, and you know you ain't gonna win, right?
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
was looking at August like, what you doing? So
Hmm.
when August came around, I think my personal life had to level out first. And then I was just like, okay, it's time to get back in the groove. And I started doing online shows, which was a little weird, but you get used to it.
Hmm.
Um, that helped me to get exposure actually through other lanes and other venues, which helped me to connect with people to do shows once we started to go back out again. So at first it was hard because creatively I couldn't create in such a place of pain. But
Hmm.
then it picked up once stuff started to level out. So kind of yes and no, if that makes sense.
Okay. Oh, here come these. You know what? Tonight has been very good for me and for the show and for Tasha. We got
Yay!
Sugar
What's
Lee
up,
Johnson
Sean?
again. Asking, who do you have number one comic of all time, or who is your number one comic of all time?
Whew. So number one comic of all time for me is Richard Pryor. Um, Richard Pryor because of his storytelling ability and his wit on stage is like it was unheard of. It's like this guy is going in front of, and especially in the times that he was coming up doing stand up, right? I was just
Hmm.
thinking about this today. Richard Pryor was the example that it's okay to stay true to who you are as a black man and stand up, right? So he brought you out. Okay, you can do this, and you can be personal. You can tell your story.
Yeah.
Then when Eddie Murphy came out, Eddie Murphy came back out, and he was like, "Now you can be a star in stand up comedy, right?" Then the Kings of Comedy came up, and they were like, "No, you can be a superstar in stand up
Mm,
comedy." Then
mm.
Kevin Hart came up and be like, "Let's just be comedy moguls." I'm like, wait, you can do all of this from telling jokes, and when you listen to these guys, you like, yo, these people are amazing. So as far as like number one on my list, Sugar Lee, there would be Richard Pryor. Now, one person that doesn't get mentioned enough, in my opinion, is a comedian, Samore.
Oh
Samore,
my God,
Samore is a
Mama
banger.
Jamma. Now,
That
is
woman,
she still doing it, or she completely
yeah,
stopped?
yeah,
Really, I
she's
haven't heard anything from her.
yeah, she still does stand up. She has shows that she does. She was at the Improv in Palm Beach. I missed her because I had my own show. And I was like, I can't ditch the people, they done already paid me. Well, and
Oh,
she had a show like maybe 2 months ago, I think it was. I
mhm.
want to say it could have been later than that, but it was definitely this year. But some more her stage presence, um, and she doesn't only do one vein of comedy, and like just her appearance when she's like hands down like best looking put together on stage. Like
Really?
she's a beast. So definitely
Look,
get
look who
over.
had look who had to chime in. Michelle, she texted me because she's watching also in the other room. She said, "Oh,
Hey Michelle.
Richard Pryor is from Peoria, Illinois, because she's from Peoria also." So she had to throw that in. Okay,
Well,
okay.
well, listen, you guys have some great stock out of Illinois. If between okay, so y'all claim to fame is Richard Pryor and you, Michelle, y'all doing good.
I think a basketball player. She's going to say a basketball player too. Somebody from
Don't
a
get it
couple of
wrong,
people
bro.
from.
Let her text you because you're gonna mess it up and she's gonna be like,
Yeah, I'm going to
no.
mess it up. I'm going to say the wrong name and
She's
blah
gonna be
blah
like,
blah. Okay.
nope,
Oh
not at all. That ain't it.
gosh.
That
All
is funny.
right, my man Vaughn. Here he go. Oh, Vaughn.
Ooh,
I'm going to have him on the show. I think I'm going to have him as a third host for real. Because this
come
guy here,
on, man.
he's unbelievable. He's giving it to you now.
Let's go.
He's giving it to you. All right. He has a question here. Oh gosh, hold on. Okay, how do you know these glasses? I
Right.
can't see. I can't. Hold on, Taj. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Hey, you know when you do these? You know
Yeah,
one of these?
trust me, I get it. Trust me, I get it.
Oh gosh, he said, how do you overcome the challenges of being a black female comic?
Um, just do it. Honestly, I've experienced this, some situations. And speaking of Atlanta, I mentioned that briefly. We moved to Atlanta for about 5 years. So when we got there, I was like, okay, it's gonna be great when I get to Atlanta. Oh, comedy is gonna be what awesome. They have a comedy calendar in Atlanta. There is comedy every night if you want to
Really?
get on stage. Yes. But what I found, number one, if they don't know you, they're gonna bump you, right?
Mm,
That was my experience. Okay, you're gonna go up next, but if somebody that they know that's local or whatever, they be like, okay,
hmm
well, we'll get you next time, come back. And I guess that's just a part of paying your dues. So it's like, okay, no problem, I'll be back. Um, the comedians are talented beyond belief, right?
hmm
So if they don't think you're funny, they're like, nah, I ain't gonna let her get on stage. Or if they think you're too funny, I ain't gonna let her get on stage. But what I will tell you is this: if you go to the open mics and if you get on that mic, you will see a different type of beat in Atlanta. And that helped me
hmm
when I got back here because I ended up learning how to be quicker when I get on stage. Florida's pace is a little slower, right? As far as I know with comedy. And
hmm
as a black woman in comedy, they want to put you in, especially with me, when me doing clean comedy, they just want to stick me in church and that was it. So I'm like, well, God, how do I get out of not from under you, but under that church umbrella? Because I feel like there's more to me than just that. And in Atlanta, they was like, well, I've gone to clubs and
hmm
they'll see me and they'll be like, oh, you gonna sing? Nigga, no, I ain't singing. It's a comedy open mic. What I look like? What I'm gonna sing? Amazing
Really?
Grace? What I look like to you? No, I'm not singing. And it was an assumption that I wasn't there. There was an assumption that, and that's what it is, Vaughn. There was an assumption that I wasn't there and I wasn't capable to do what they were doing. So I had to take those hits and say, okay, what do I do? You know, how do I maneuver? So I
hmm
learned that when I go into those environments, I didn't want to be the loudest one in the room. I didn't want to be the most vulgar woman in the room because I'm not gonna do that. I'm a lady.
Right, right.
So what I learned to do and what I do anyway, I observe my surroundings, and like Lil Wayne say, real G's move in silence, like lasagna.
hmm
So
hmm
when I go in a room, I'm gonna observe. I'm gonna hear you talking. Everything that you're saying, I'm picking up, right? And I'm paying attention to how the stage work and move. But when I get on stage, when they call my name, they're like, "Oh, she going up to do stand up. Let's see what she gonna do."
mm.
And then when I get off stage, you're like, "Oh." So one of the things that's being a black woman
Wow.
and stand up, is to continually work on being the toughest one in the room, but have the softest outfit on, if that makes sense.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I mean?
Oh
So
yeah.
I got on the gown, but you don't know I got blades in my hand. So
Oh, okay.
when I grab the mic, when I get up there, I want to be the one that's hard to follow. I want to be the one that when my name starts to get around, they
Hmm.
say, "Yeah, I'm not going up after Tasha." So put put me put me before her.
Wow. Wow.
That's one of my goals.
Wow.
Yep.
Mm-mm-mm. All right. I got Nikki Barker. Let's see. Where is it?
Hey, Nick.
She's asking. Oh, did she? See, I can't. Lord, I'm gonna need some bifocals. But she's asking, I think her questions, I don't see it anymore. But was there do you think there's okay, I see it right here. Do you feel that there's a shift in comedy for women right now, especially women of color?
I do. I do because I feel like women of color are refreshing. I think that we have a perspective in life that the world doesn't have, or they've overlooked.
Hmm.
And because everything has been so redundant and everything has been so done already, recycled, just regurgitated, they're like, what do these women have to offer? And then when
Oh
we
wow.
go up as women of color and we just shut the house down, they're like, we need more of them. You know what I mean? We
Yeah,
need more
yeah,
of them up
yeah.
front. We need more of them on the mic. We need more. Let's open up more doors. We just got to show up and make sure when the door opens, we walk through it. And that's one of the things I'm continually working on. Is when that door opens, that I'm there to walk through it.
Nice, nice. Woo. Okay, Cherie Striggles. Actually, I don't know if you know her, Cherie Striggles. She's a comedian, also a female comedian. Another funny one here. I
Let's
don't know if
go.
you know her. All
I
right.
don't recall her name. Maybe if I see her, I don't know. But
Okay.
hey, it's a
And
sister in
she
comedy.
asks, okay, she asks, at what age did you start doing comedy?
So I'm only 25 now. That would have made me. I'm teasing. I'm only 25. I am not 25. I am 46 and proud of it, okay? But I started 24, 25. I want to say around
Okay.
there. Yeah. And that was like 2003. So around then. Y'all do the math.
Oh, okay. Listen, I don't even know my age. I have to ask Michelle a lot of times. Like, look, how
that's
old am I again?
that's
Because I
no
don't want to
big.
know. After 40, I don't want to know.
No, I need to keep
Seriously,
count. No, no,
I
no.
don't.
Bro, let me tell you, you have to keep count. You know why you have to keep count? Because you can't miss that year that you turn. There's a certain age that you turn that you can say whatever you want to say, and it's just received. And you can just walk around cussing people out if you feel like, man, don't worry about it. You know he's 69 or you know he's 72. You gotta keep up. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta keep up with that track record. So I want to know when I hit that age that I can just tell it, baby, your mouth smell like booty. Did you what did you do? You know you ugly, right?
I
You got
do
ugly
not.
kids too. I want to make sure I know when that age comes. So keep up with it, man. Don't. Mm-mm.
I get an idea. I know I'm born in '76, but after that, I don't. I'm not adding anything up.
Yeah, I help you keep track. We
Anything.
born the same year. I help you keep track.
Look what Nikki said. This is true. Your knees will remind you of your age, which is
What,
true.
girl? Let me tell something to you. People don't tell
Oh
you.
gosh.
I had them liars out there. Oh, 40 is the new 20. 40 is the new 20. Bag of liars. Let me tell you something.
Mm-mm.
When you turn 40, everything turn 40 at the same time. Okay? Everything. Ladies
Mm-hmm.
out there listening, don't be thinking that your breastplate, don't think that your breastplate of righteousness, they just gonna
Right,
stay.
right.
They just gonna no, no. Everything turned 40 at the same time. So when you hit 40, you know, when you was younger, they used to jump up with you in the morning, like, girl, what we doing today? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
we gonna reach some habit. Now you wake up, you hit 40, and after you wake up in the morning, they be like, we tired. So all I want
Listen,
y'all to know, keep a real count. Things change when you turn 40, but we got support. We got support. Don't worry about it, ladies.
here's the crazy thing that's happened to me right now. I remember back in the day, my uncle. I love my uncle. His name is Pico. Uh, I used to always want to go somewhere with him. Right? It's like Uncle Pico, Uncle Pico. Oh, come on, can we go here? Can we go here? He's like, oh man, I'm going to go ahead and take a nap, and then after I take a nap, we'll go. I never understood that. Never. So like, come on. So me and my brother, we'll go to the living room, watch TV, and then after he takes his nap, then we go. So now a nap is mandatory. You hear me?
Let me tell you something. When these kids had me at the beach on Sunday, I was so tired. It was so hot out there. I said, I got to go home and take a nap. What is going on right now? Children don't respect naps. You know, I don't want to take a nap. But when you get a certain age, you want that nap. You want and need that nap.
It's mandatory right now. Oh my gosh. Michelle and I will look at each other. Nap time. Oh my nigga. And we
listen. That's like, hey.
For real. Like, almost better than sex. Let's get that.
And don't eat before you take the nap. Oh my god.
No. Oh my gosh.
It's a whole wrap. You are like in the zone. And the AC nice and cold, man.
Oh, and she got it up to 68.
Lit. So you got to get tight under the butt. Yes, but
we have a ceiling fan.
You got to have the fan on. You need the noise from the motor. You need to know the noise from the motor with the AC, so everything can work right. That makes me happy. I like naps. They make me happy. I want to shout out to my oldest brother. I don't know if you guys watched the Miss Pat show on BET Plus, but my oldest brother, J. Bernard Calloway, he plays her husband in that show. And season 2 premieres tomorrow. So all of you that have BET Plus, look out for my big brother, J. Bernard Calloway, on the Miss Pat show. That show is off the chain. It's like a hood version of the Cosby Show because they cussing. They like
really.
Yeah, Miss Pat don't be. I told you earlier, Miss Pat is a trip. She don't care. And the show is excellent though. So look at season 1, all 10 episodes, and then season 2 will premiere tomorrow. So I'm excited about that. And what happened?
Look what Nikki said. She said naps are necessary. She said she got a nap before watching this podcast.
Girl, let me tell. Okay, Nikki. Okay.
Oh my God,
Nikki, this just between me and you, Nikki. Okay, this me and you. All right. I got home from work. I get off of work at 6 o'clock.
Oh my God.
I didn't get home till about 7 o'clock. I had to feed the people, and I want to make sure I clean up. So when I'm done with this, I don't have too much to do. Right. I was so cranky getting ready to do the podcast. I'm like, why am I so irritated? What is going on? I ain't get to take no nap. I ain't get to lay down. My right eye burning because I'm sleeping. When the left eye catch up, because when your eyes burn, it's time to go to bed. When that left eye burn too, it's a wrap. I might fall asleep in mid-sentence. I can't promise you nothing. I can't.
Oh my gosh.
It's true.
You're getting love here. We got Neil. He's one cool guy here. Actually, he was on the show Monday.
Hi, Neil.
He's chiming in. He's always good to hear a great comedian. And that's oh my God, from a stand-up guy like Neil.
Thank you so much, Neil. I appreciate it. I feel great.
I didn't pay him. Don't worry, I didn't pay him.
You didn't pay him?
Pay anyone.
Okay.
Not yet.
All right.
I didn't pay him. I didn't promise them anything. So
I know how you do. You sneaky.
I know. I didn't pay him. I didn't.
Yeah, I see you over there putting the cash up in right now. Thanks.
Okay, let me zell Neil right now. Hold on. Go ahead.
And I also want to just pay honor to my father. Like I said, my father passed away 2 years ago. He lost his battle with cancer. And one of the greatest things that he could have ever passed down to me is the gift of entertainment. My father was a singer. He was an entertainer to the core. And I'm thankful that I'm one of his children that were able to get that impartation of entertainment and be on stage. And I know for a fact that he's just like, he used to call me kiddo. He said, kiddo, you doing it. So that is something, Mr. J, that's Jeff Calloway. Jeff D. Calloway. That was my dad. So I want to give him honor in everything that I do. And my mom too, she's my biggest fan. If she ever heard me mention my dad and not her.
Oh yeah.
She might whoop me. Right. Still scared of my mom. She might whoop me. Hi, Mom.
All right, we got another question here. They keep coming, girl.
Yes.
I'm thinking this was just going to be a 40, 30, 45 minutes show.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Alexis Williams said, "Hey, Natasha, first of all, you are awesome and definitely keep up the great work."
Thank you.
my question is, where did you do your first official show, and what was the best part of that show?
My first official show, I would say the one that I mentioned earlier in the podcast,
Hmm.
that show at church. That was about 2003, 2004. That was my first official show. That was my first time on stage. I performed in front of like 2,400 people, 1,000 in front of me, 1,400 online. And the best part of that is when I was done, because I knew I had some people coming behind me that were hilarious.
Hmm.
When I was done, um, the response that I got, just hearing the laughter just roar up to the stage and that feedback of love, it was just like, it was a beautiful thing because for me with comedy, you can be going through hell in your life. But if you come to one of my shows and if I'm only have you for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is, that
Hmm.
amount of time that if I have you for that block of time and I can help you laugh and release some of the tension and pressure of what you're going through in your everyday life,
Hmm.
that's a blessing for me. For me to get off stage and somebody be like, "Girl, you were funny," that means that you laughed and you didn't worry about the fact that you have this behind you. You're gonna forget about that for a while, and I help you
Right.
to release some of that. And I feel like comedians are healers, and I'm grateful to be a part of the healing team. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Hold on one second. Because you know,
Well,
deep black man in the background acting like I ain't doing that.
he know he didn't get the memo. I know he got the memo.
Oh, he gonna get the memo. So yeah, so that was the best thing for me about comedy,
Hmm.
my first time on stage, and that was my I would say indoctrination into stand up.
Hmm.
It made me say this matters. It's more than just being silly on stage. It's a craft. There's an art. There's stuff behind it that you really have to be able to know and do. You can't just get up there and wing it. Some people are talented and can do that. You know. One moment. Excuse me.
Hey, tell him get on. Tell him get on. We need to see his face. Tell him the listeners. Oh, he left.
I don't like him. What doing stuff.
It's recorded, so you can take this to court. So,
Yeah. No, I think I keep renewing this contract. He do good. It's just that he get caught up in what he doing and just
oh,
forget.
gosh.
So
Right, I know.
no, no.
I understand.
Yeah, I
All
know
right,
Michelle can be like,
all right. Cherie Strigo. She's asking a question here. How much time do you spend writing your material, or how many days?
um, so I write down. I always write down little bits, like little nuggets of what I'm going to build on. And
Okay.
I can't, for me in my process, I can't write it out too far in advance because then it gets boring for me, right? I
Hmm.
do have some go-to sets. So let's say I have my event on Saturday. I'm headlining on Saturday for funny, right?
Hmm.
Just to funny. And that show is on Saturday.
Okay.
So on like Thursday, right? I'll
Hmm.
make sure whatever set I'm going to use, what I'm going to do, that I form it in the time that I'm allotted. And I make sure whatever I can do, I tighten it up. I work on bits by going to open mic. Sometimes I haven't really been able to go. But as far as like to write out a full bit, I would say to make it solid, it takes time to work on it. So I
Hmm.
can't really say, oh, I do it in a week. But I may start it in that 1 week, but it takes time to really tweak it and keep tightening it up until you're like, okay, this is it. 'Cause
Right.
I have one set that I've done. It took me 5 weeks to get it to where I really was like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it took me 5 weeks, and that's not even a long time, honestly. If you speak to comedians who are like professional comedians, you'll hear them say
Hmm.
it. Like for them to do these specials, it takes them a year going to open mics, making sure getting this out because you only want the best. You don't want to have to give people fluff, especially when
Hmm.
people are paying for a show. That's why it's amazing to me that people will call you to do an hour show and be like, "I got $75, ma'am.
Mm.
Netflix special is an hour. You want me to come out to your show?" And I'm not saying that I don't do things for people that I feel are when I feel led to do them for different, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
But people gotta respect the gift. They gotta respect the art. Don't be hoeing yourself out because you want to get on stage.
Oh yeah. And on
Yeah.
average, how long is your skits?
Anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. That's average.
Okay.
Yeah. So like for me, a comfortable solid 20 to 30. And once I start to go over that, it's like, okay, now I got to pull from some other stuff that maybe not as polished as I would like it to be.
Hmm.
You know, anything that you do, you end up being the most critical of yourself. So it may be golden to people that are in front of you, but you thinking to yourself, like, dang man, I could have said this, I could have said that.
Yeah, yeah.
I I was in Atlanta. I was at Atlanta Comedy Theater, and it was an open mic night, and there were so many comedians waiting to go up, but the host was taking up all the time. When I had my opportunity to get on stage, I stuck to my script. I did I had like 3 minutes by the time Buddy was done. But when I
Really?
got
Wow.
off stage, I was so irritated with myself because it was so many jokes I had about him that I didn't take advantage of. So that happens to me.
Oh wow.
Yo,
Wow. Whew. So wow. It's I don't know what to say. This podcast has been fulfilling. I mean, all the rest of the podcasts that I had, but this one here, this is funny. It's a funny thing,
awesome.
raw, straight to the real, just like Neil. The
Yeah,
Monday, I don't know if you chimed in with Neil, but
I'm gonna have to
this
go
guy
back on
here,
it.
yeah, with the credit repair and so forth. And I wish more people would chime into that because yes, we do need help, especially as Black people. We do need help
Yeah,
with our credit. If I can't help you, if Neil can't help you, then we can't help you. So you need to really focus on getting your stuff done. But tonight, man, tonight has been hilarious, and people
thank
have
you.
been chiming in and asking questions that I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, Mr. Reporter. Excuse me, Mrs. Reporter. Yeah, but like Cherie, Vaughn, Nick. Oh my gosh, these people are giving you love. And Cherie said she wished she was down there and come and support you, but
I
she's in
appreciate it.
Philly right now, so she's sending
Okay,
nothing
Philly.
but good love,
Thank you.
good vibes, and everything.
Same to you,
So
sis. For real. Make sure
I,
you
I,
you look me up on social media. That's for anyone that's listening. I'm on social media under Calloway Comedy. Just how my last name is spelled and comedy spelled the correct way. Comedy. I didn't want to confuse anyone. So I just made it real easy and I'm on pretty much all social media outlets. I'm on Snapchat, but I don't be on I'm 46. Only thing I need to be snapping is peas.
I don't even know. I don't even know how to
Nah,
do this.
mm-mm. You
Vaughn
can
told
find
me
me
to
on
get
IG and Facebook. Yeah, that's where I be at.
Yeah, because Vaughn told me to get TikTok, and I'm like,
I
for the
got it.
podcast and everything. I'm like, what do I do? So I
I
just
have
downloaded it. I
it.
didn't
I
even
try. I do my little stuff here and there, but I haven't done anything viral yet. I'm trying to figure out my lane in that little
right.
world over
Maybe we'll
there.
come. Maybe we'll come up with something. You never know. We'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah. Get that drone camera and do some nonsense.
I know we can. Heck yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. And you know what? We're coming out to your show. I want to come out to your show.
Okay.
I want to record some of, if per your permission, I definitely want to
Absolutely.
record some so I can bring back to our listeners what's going on. So hopefully that will make their decision
Yeah, I
for them to
appreciate
come
that.
down. So I definitely want to come down, record certain skits
Yeah.
of you and other comedians, put that together, post it online, and show them exactly what you're all about. So let's get
Thank
that together
you.
as soon as possible, Tasha.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate you, Michelle. I really do.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you, and I want to thank you again for saying yes when
No
I
doubt,
came to
bro.
you.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know we go back years. We go back 10,
We
12
so we
years or
surprise
so.
ourselves how long we've been on each other.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
when you call, man, if I don't have anything on the calendar, I got you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So I'm there.
thank you.
No doubt.
So, Sharif, we'll post the flyer. She said, "Where's the open mic at in Florida?" So we'll go ahead and
Yes.
post the flyer. Actually, as soon as we hang up, get off of here, Taj, go ahead and
Absolutely.
send me the stuff, and I'll post it right away for everyone, so everyone can go ahead and. Oh, hey, you know what? Maybe we can live stream it. Let's see what we can do.
We gonna have to
L-
talk. So yeah, we gonna have
let's
to
see
have
what we can do.
conversations.
Yes, sir.
Let's make it happen, Captain.
Yes. All right. So Natasha, again, thank you for
Thank
the
you.
bottom of my heart. Thank you for coming on tonight, and I gladly appreciate it. And don't be a stranger. I want you back.
Absolutely not. Hey man, hey, if you need a co-host, if you need somebody to come in with you and just drop a little bit, holla at your girl. I got you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, guys, this is it for tonight. Again, let's say goodbye to Natasha, Naomi Calloway Adams. All right, thank you again. All right.
All right,
We
y'all
love
have
you,
a good
girl. We
night.
love you.
Love you
you,
more.
girl. All right. Bye-bye.